Good morning, community. Jill here with North Texas Vegetable Gardening, Canning Recipes, a little bit of everything. We are having some cool mornings, guys. It's about 71 degrees. We are really enjoying this, especially at night. It makes me sleep a little bit better because it stays a little cooler in the house. So I'm out here checking the melons and I'm checking the peas. Let's see what I got going on. Woo, this one's ready to go. Let's see what this smells like. Oh my goodness. Put this in my basket and we're going to go on down the line here and see what else we got. So I'm a little disappointed in the purple hulls. I'm not getting a lot, guys. We've had one pot, I think, and I don't know that they're going to do very well out here. Oh goodness. Got a couple of good cantaloupes, but some of them are splitting. So that's too much water. Greg's going to have to come out here and adjust it. Okra's coming in pretty good, so I'll be pickling some okra and probably packaging up some for fried okra and maybe having some fried okra this weekend. If you've been watching, you know that I harvested all my pears on July the 4th and I put them in brown paper bags, my allergies, so that they would ripen, and they are ripe, but they are still firm. And so what am I going to do today? I am going to can up some pears in some probably light syrup. Guys, this is going to be super easy. It is a water bath canning method. So any of you can do this. If you have extra pears, don't let anything go to waste. Be sure and use them up. So right here, I've got about 12 pounds. It uses 8 to 12 pounds of pears. So we're probably going to get about 4 to 5 quarts. So we are using the recipe out of our good old ball book. And you can tell we use it quite a bit. And we are going to page 143. So we're going to do the pears and syrup. Over here is the syrup recipe. So we're going to be doing probably the light syrup. And then we'll be following the instructions here. I do have my jars sterilizing in the dishwasher. Since these are only water bath, guys, you do want to go ahead and sterilize your jars. And we're going to be using quart jars. I have a couple of large bowls of water, and I'm just going to add a splash of lemon juice in each of them because, guys, this is going to keep the pears from turning brown while we're peeling and slicing. Greg and I found the quickest way to do this is to go ahead and core them, and then I'm peeling and putting them over here in the lemon water. And then these peels here, guys, I'm rinsing them off real good, and I'm going to put these in a freezer bag, and I'm going to pop these in the freezer because these will be a delicious treat for the chickens when it's cold, and let them just eat them up. I don't care if they're brown or not. And if you don't have chickens, you can either juice them, guys, or put them in your compost, but don't waste them. Papa's helping me do some peeling here. So I'm going to go ahead and do the medium syrup, which is 3 1/4 cups of sugar and 5 cups of water. So guys, it's all a timing issue. You're going to have to hot pack these. So my jars are hot. I've got my syrup boiling. I've turned it down to medium low, and you're going to layer your pears and just get them cooking a little bit on that. Then we're going to put them in the jars. Then we're going to add the syrup to the jars and pop them in our canner, which is already ready. Again, we're doing hot pack. I'm using my large stainless steel, so you just want to warm the pears, and then I'm going to ladle them in with a slotted spoon into my hot jars over here. All right, we have the jars packed. They look like they're a little overstuffed, but they're going to settle here, guys, when I start adding the hot syrup. Next, we want to be sure and debubble, guys. You can see after I poured the syrup in there, they did start to settle a bit. We want to leave about a 1/2 inch headspace in there, and we're going to get these debubbled, and we're going to wipe our rims, and we are going to pop them in our hot water bath. It's very important that you wipe your rims because a couple of reasons for this. You want to inspect, make sure there's no chips, but you want a good seal. Okay, guys, so you want to make sure that your jars are completely covered. We're going to go ahead and put our lid on, and we're going to can these once they come to a rolling boil for 25 minutes. So watch for that rolling boil. And we are off to the races. I gotta say, guys, that was a chore for 3 quarts pears, but I'll do it again. We want to try to preserve everything that we can, and we had another idea for the pear peels is also going cooking them up a little bit and maybe making some pear leather, which is what we'll probably do with some of them as well. We still have some on the tree that we'll pick, and we'll let them ripen the same way. It took them about 6 days, 5 to 6 days to ripen inside the house in those paper bags, because I had one night before last and it was perfect and it was delicious and they were so juicy. So we were talking about, my goodness, how did people do this back in the olden days? You can bet that the women, because they didn't normally work full time, was harvesting and canning their gardens, depending on where you were at, from June until probably October, because your fruit trees start coming in the fall as well, like your apple trees, and I know plums have already come in, but these pears have come in. But some pears don't come in until the fall. We got ours on July the 4th. But man, can you imagine spending probably about 6 to 7 months out of the year preserving your food because you couldn't run to the grocery store? So that's why we're taking the time to do this, because we never know when things might not be available. I'll check back with you here when this is done. Another thing, guys, we're doing is we're picking up rice like crazy, and we are going ahead and vacuum sealing them in our Harvest Right bags, a cup at a time, because a cup will feed me, Greg, and Pop. So when you're doing stuff like this, make sure you're doing it in your family servings. We are also storing our dry goods in these Mylar bags, and I had to open up one for my pears this morning. But make sure you're getting your goods, your salts, your sugars, your lards, and make sure you have things preserved and ready to go if you need them in your pantry. Woo-wee, looky there, guys. Look how pristine those babies look. I am very excited about these pears. So again, out of 12 pounds of pears, we got 3 quarts. We should have gotten 4. Maybe I should have added a couple more pears, but guys, that was exhausting. I'm just glad to get these 3. So as you can see, sun is out. We are hot again today. Next chance of rain is sometime next week. I hope that we get it. We desperately need it. We got about a ½ inch from that tropical storm that came up. It went further east. So we didn't get a lot. We just got a couple of little bands that came over us. But I'm fixing now to go in there and bread up some of my fresh okra and freeze it and get it ready for the winter. Waste not, want not. And there's a video out there, guys, of how I preserve my okra, but I'll run through. It's very simple. I slice it up, do an egg mixture, and then I throw in the fish fry seasoning, and then I vacuum pack it and throw it in the freezer, and it is ready to go when you're ready to eat. So guys, thank you so much for watching. We love you all. We'll be in touch this weekend. It's hot. Not a lot we can get done outside, so we're trying to get everything done as quickly as possible. Love you all.